Levante, I appreciate that, y'all. Yeah, because they coming up in here. I appreciate y'all being here for moderating this chat. OCO, everyone. We about to get started here shortly. I like how Levante was asking you guys to put up, you know, what city you from. Go ahead, put it up. Throw it up. I mean, it's ours anyway. Throw up your landmass. Where you from? Let me see what's going on. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at our family. Yeah, Levante, bring them snipers out, brother. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of haters nowadays. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate I appreciate you, and I believe another moderator's in here too. I didn't get a chance to see who it was. I appreciate y'all. I'll be enabling more moderators here in a second. See, I guess I just don't go live enough, but that's about to change. That's right, Terry. Haters mean you doing something right. Basically, I'm doing something right. You know, I'm throwing out as much notifications as I can right now. I know it's early, you know, maybe some people may have to go to work. You know, they probably didn't get up quite well. Don't worry. This will be replayed, and I will have it chaptered out where you could just skip this intro part and go straight into what we about to get into. So see you everyone that did show up here, that's right here in the chat. Do not, and I mean that, do not spam my chat. You will get blocked. I'm watching. Miss Melanin is in the building. Send it. I appreciate you. Thank you, family. I know a lot of y'all was getting on me about not having new merchandise. It's on the way. I had to find a good graphics artist, so it's on the way. More stuff is about to come with the merch so we can start wearing our stuff too. Nasheed, thank you for becoming a member. You about to get the good behind the scenes content. Miss Melanin, you good to go, sister? Thank you for becoming a member. Terry, I appreciate you, brother. Kanisha, thank you for becoming a member. G Wade, welcome to the family. Sandit, I see you going off over there. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Look, 100 years after 100 years, they done lied to us about this and that. Told us all we from Africa and made fiction characters turn into facts. Harriet Tubman, then it was not. Knowing goddamn well that trick was capped. My wife and I wrote a book about it, and it's book with knowledge, evidence, and fact. My other book got them haters shook, cause it's helping my people take a closer look at their backgrounds in the background, showing my people where they supposed to look, showing my people where to get it from, where to hit it from, all sorts of angles. When it comes to this research, you must please first, don't trust strangers. Find out all on your own is what I highly recommend and suggest. And if you looking for uncensored content by me, I highly recommend you the best, which is my website at the link you see just across the screen. Don't let it miss you. I make it simple. I double down on that black and white. It's too official. Okay, we on? Yep. OCO. I'm gonna have to work on those transitions. Y'all give me a second. I appreciate you all for being here. There's a few things I'm gonna get into, of course, that I went over previously. I touched on it briefly, but I think I need to expand on it here a little bit more, especially before February. Be looking out for a lot of new content from me in February. I've been working on it. My wife and I have been working very hard with this content that's coming out in February. You know we got to do it in February. So yeah, I'm going to get everybody else caught up on what's going on before we go into a deeper dive into this information. All of this year, I'm going to go way deeper because I see it's, you know, excuse me, the love outweighs the hate. By the way, I just want to mention that the love outweighs the hate, but it is now new, you know, haters that just jumped in line in a single file line, hoping to, you know, to do things, and it's not working because I will be constantly putting out this information regardless of who likes it or not. I hope my mic sound good. I got a few pieces of equipment in here. You know, I'm in my new house, so I hope everything sound good. If I need to turn it up, let me know now. Before we get started, I'm gonna be looking at the chat. Hold on, let me pull this up right now. Should I turn my mic up some more? Let me know in the chat, please. Low Key, what's up, brother? Oh, let me mod you up, Low Key. Hold up. And low key, if you could tell my brother from Florida, whenever you get a chance, tell him the next time I see him in the chat, I'm gonna give him a wrench. Y'all brothers was looking out, man. I appreciate that. Audio was great, excellent. Sandra gave me the thumbs up. Empress said, congratulations, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Turn up mic a little. Turn up mic a little. Hold on. Wait a minute, I wasn't up on the mic. What about now? Now I'm up on the mic. Is that a little bit better? I was turned to the side because I was looking at the chat. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, Miss Curry, you caught it live. I'm glad that you can be here. I'm glad that every one of you guys are here. I hope you all are continuously doing your research and spreading this message, along with your friends and your co-workers, and especially your family members. That's the key. That is the key. Shadowhawk Thunderbird always showing up. Brother, let me mod you up. If you say something in the chat, I'll definitely mod you up. I appreciate you, brother. Each and every time. Yeah, and you know it's getting ready to heat up outside, so, you know, since the restrictions are being, you know, calmed down gradually, I'll be back on the road again. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm excited. You can tell I'm smiling from ear to ear. Oh, speaking of, I would usually be on camera right now, okay? Now I'm waiting for my new camera to come in because my wife stole my camera. I'm not trying to put her on blast right now, but my wife stole my camera, so I can't even get that one back. So I had to order a new one. But yeah, you'll be seeing me on camera very shortly. I'm waiting for that to come in and a few other pieces. I'll be on camera again. No, I don't have fake hair as everybody's saying. No, this is my real hair. I've been growing it for as long as I've been on YouTube. Like, come on, man. That's silly. Willie, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Shout out to the new members. I have more content coming for you guys too. The new members and those that are on my Patreon, patreon.com/Dane Calloway. You guys are getting exclusives. Just got another one. If you didn't see the other one, go back a couple. Matter of fact, there's a few of them. Go back a little bit. You know, we don't got to talk about that right here though. But I'm glad to be here. You know I'm in good spirits. We about to get ready to get started here. I'm trying to pull everything up on my side. Yeah, those that get the wrench earn it. Those that get a wrench earn it. I've been looking. And now that I see that it's, you know, a little bit, you know, more haters coming through, so now, yeah, it's time to bring that army up. Give me 1 second, I'm pulling this up. All right, so as that's loading up, let me take a look at the chat one more time. Here we go. Rushan, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. The Bomb Mom, thank you for becoming a member. The Bomb Mom. I know that's right. Shout out to all the mothers and the fathers. Keep doing y'all thing. Taking care of our children. That's what this is about. Got to teach them what life is about, because they not getting that. They not getting taught that in school. Not at all, not one drop. They don't teach about credit. See? They don't teach about taxes Why you gotta wait till you get to college to learn that? A lot of changes gotta happen. Oh, let me mod him up right now. Hold on. I see you, Shadow. You in there. Oh yeah, we working on it. I'm still working on the curriculum too, guys. Don't think I forgot or anything like that. I'm still working on it. I'm just being, as my grandfather would say, B.O. skitty on what I'm putting out, and before it gets released. And of course, more books is, oh, that's a good question. Would you like to have audio versions of my books? Because if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to schedule that. But I wanna know that. Like, would you wanna have audio versions of the books that I'm well, I only put out 2 so far, and then the ones is coming. Well, maybe not an audio version of the Trace of Your Family, because that's more of an instructional guide, but the False Heroes, False Hopes, my wife and I did. Would you like to have an audio version of that book and the ones to come? And especially on our American Indian history. Absolutely, okay. See Makeup, thank you. Life in Your Eyes, I appreciate you. Dane, tell Judge Joe to spell charisma. No, stop, low-key, calm down. Nah, man, let him sit in this place, man. A lot of people was asking me to leave that alone, so I left it alone. All right, so what I wanted to get into, and what I'll be expanding upon coming this February, is the title, which you see right here. The portrayal of the American Indians was rigged. I'm going to get into details later on about when that started, okay? But I want to joggle your mind of something I read. Well, it's not recent. It was a while ago. I just want to bring this back up, so once I expand on it, there's no excuses, okay? So what we're going to do is get into something that I talked about. This was last year. Where's my mouse? Let me change this. And it was called the colored version of America you didn't see. Okay? Let's get into that now. Remember hearing the phrase, "Truth is stranger than fiction"? That is because fiction can also be interpreted as general information that is commonly agreed upon as the norm, whereas truth stands opposite of the devil's advocate, provoking physical, mental. Shout out to this sister right here. Oh my goodness, she gonna get on me. I forgot her name on Instagram, but I asked her for permission, because these sisters are, you gotta understand. The sisters, let me put them at the top, okay? I'm always going to put them at the top, especially my wife, because you guys lead us spiritually, okay? You lead the men spiritually. You leave the warriorship to us. We go out and fight the battles, but y'all fighting the battles spiritually, and I appreciate y'all. You understand me? That's not simping. That's the truth. I don't care what y'all say in the chat and nothing. No, that's not that. That's how it was back years ago. Years ago. A tribe, not a tribe, unless you have, of course, the warrior male there and the spiritual warrior female. You understand me? Don't forget that. Mental and spiritual independency amongst its seekers. The regions of information pertaining to the topics of Black history, U.S. history, world history, and especially African American studies lacks honesty, accuracy, and transparency. An example of this is how some people may believe that they are a descendant of an African slave, but haven't followed up with research to validate that theory's accuracy, honesty, and transparency for themselves. This means that some people are either willing or have inadvertently allowed strangers to gain influential control over their lifestyles, and that alone causes systematic behavioral destruction. To learn more about this topic, I highly recommend watching my latest documentary that I'll link above, where I shared detailed information about social engineering experiments conducted upon humans in order to cultivate scientific methods of influencing and manipulating their behaviors. Remember that knowledge is power, so the more people that knows, the better. Over the years of presenting this information to the public, my newer subscribers would tend to ask similar questions concerning what our ancestors looked like before and after colonial times. And of course, I get excited to answer back, which is the main reason why I created this video. Now, I get this question a lot due to how compulsory education indoctrinates young students with conceptualism and conceptual arts for the purpose of American history and all of its affiliates. So most people are unfamiliar with seeing the American Negro as being the original American Indian. Now, the American Indian, or the Niji, were historically known for harvesting crops and distributing resources along the most conveniently located channels of the Nile, which is also known as the Mississippi River, which was used for trading goods domestically and non-familial. I'll stop right there. Let's talk about that. The Mississippi River is the Nile. Would you guys like for me to expand on that? I'll talk about it right now, but would you guys like for me to expand on that in the video? You ready for that? I'm sure you heard me mention that multiple times throughout my documentaries, throughout my years being here. Think it's time yet? Y'all ready? The Mississippi River is the Nile. All right now. Okay. Well, all right now, if you want me to expand on it, this is what I'm gonna need you to do. I need you to understand certain stories that you may be familiar with, whether if it was from the Quran or the Bible. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's not true. But the direction that certain preachers or pastors or ministers took you to was in the wrong direction. What I'm telling you is that the real direction, the authentic evidence was here, not anywhere else. Here, the evidence points right back to our motherland. I also want you to do some homework. I want you to try to Google Maps. And I was just shout out to my brother M16. I just did this to him not too long ago. I want you to utilize Google Maps, and I want you to type in Mississippi River. And I want you to tell me. Well, I mean, you know how Google Maps always want to show you everything else. To the T. You know, sometimes you may even catch the cars with this long antenna up and then a long pole for a camera sticking up so they could take pictures as a 360 camera in order for them to, you know, take pictures of the environment. So I want you to Google Map Mississippi River. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's the reason why they're not showing you it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. The rest will be in the video. I promise. One of the main resources that was initially cultivated by the Indians was tobacco. Before and after colonial times, the indigenous American Indian men especially were known for using smoking pipes, traditionally called various names in multiple different indigenous languages throughout the Americas for ceremonial purposes or for just casually smoking. If a pipe was not available, some copper-colored Indians would use tobacco leaves to roll tobacco and/or other materials inside of the leaf, then light up the leaf with fire on one end of the leaf while smoking from the other. Sound familiar? Let me pull up the chat. Does that sound familiar to anybody? We've been doing this for a long time. Long time now. I'm talking about long time. To the point where everybody across the world recognizes that we were number one in smoking tobacco. Number one. And profiting off of the growth of tobacco. Number one. So I want you to focus on that. This is about our indigenous roots here that we already are doing, just didn't know. Now, I just recently stopped chewing tobacco, okay? But that's what our ancestors did. We smoked the pipes, chewed, and look, a lot of us smoking tobacco right now. I mean, but it got other stuff in it. You guys got to be careful which ones you smoking, okay? Got to do some research on that. You want some organic stuff. Look, now I ain't, children could be watching. But I'm just saying, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you already smoking tobacco, you don't want all that watered down stuff. Look into some real tobacco now. Look into some, and here's another thing that you guys probably didn't notice. Look at our teeth. Look at our teeth. We always trying to run to somebody to go get our teeth straight. Why? Because our teeth crooked. For this reason. It runs in our family. Our family was chewing tobacco. Holding it in there. Sometimes I've seen a few of them holding it in their jaw. Where their cheek will be expanded to whatever side the tobacco's on. And let it sit. So all that tobacco, what could I call it? Like the juice would just run down. Okay, now I'm not trying to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what our ancestors did. Okay, but I'm telling you, I can guarantee right now, everybody in the chat teeth, it ain't straight. I can tell you that right now. Look at your teeth. It's telling you where you from. During the 18th and 19th centuries, tobacco shops throughout America and many other parts of the world would showcase statues of American Indians inside their stores to pay homage to the original producers of tobacco and other smoking products. What's very essential to note here are the details of these statues or artifacts and how during the time of their creation, the images of the American Indians are depicted as people who carried so-called Negroid facial features, with skin variations resembling only shades of the color brown. For example, there's an antique shop located in Baltimore, Maryland called Dubé's Art and Antiques, whereas a quote, cigar store Indian is being sold for the asking price. A quote, for example, there's an antique shop located in Baltimore, Maryland called Dubé's Art and Antiques. Oh, my mic was muted. Okay. Fall Creek Gallery, write that down. Write all these places down that I'm telling you guys. Write them down. Buy up all of these artifacts because they're raising these prices sky high. Buy them up. These are your ancestors. Please. Please. I done seen a few of them go for millions of dollars. Depictions of our ancestors here. Whose grandfather is that on the screen? And it don't matter what type of hair texture they got. Long, short, straight, thin, thick, dreads. What you see right there? Whereas a quote, cigar store Indian is being sold for the I'm gonna back up so you can hear that Baltimore. Indians are depicted as people who carried so-called negroid facial features with skin variations resembling only shades of the color brown. For example, there's an antique shop located in Baltimore, Maryland called Dubé's Art and Antiques, whereas a quote, cigar store Indian is being sold for the asking price of $9,500. This carving stands 24 inches tall, and according to its description, this was created in Scotland during the year 1790. Keep that in mind. It reads, quote, this well-carved cigar store Indian was manufactured for tobacco companies in Scotland as a display item for their products. This particular form is commonly referred to as the Virginia or Black Boy style. Was referred to as Virginia or Black Boy style. $95,000 for this. And you know what our people would do? No, I'm not doing, No, for that? And these are your ancestors. But yeah, you gonna run to the little African store and go buy. I'ma stop. End quote. Another example would be this Indian cigar holder that was carved during the mid-1800s and then sold in 2009 at an antique auction for a total of $495. The description reads, quote, unusual early figural metal countertop cigarette holder with nicely detailed painted image of wild-looking American Indian, end quote. Look at her teeth. Look at them teeth. Wild looking Indian, huh? What's a wild Indian? Somebody in the chat, can y'all tell me what a wild Indian is? Now we think about this for a second. I'm gonna put this into your mind. Why do we call like any animal that's out in the wild? Listen, a wild animal. What's a wild Indian? An Indian out in the wild? Somebody said it. Ooh, look at Chris Staples. Non-civil. That's right. Untamed. There we go. Woo! Thank you. Free roaming. Not attached to them civilized tribes, huh? Free. That's right. Non-industrialized. Sovereign. Uncontrollable. savage, a survivor. Listen to y'all. Titans. Independent. War ready. Warrior. Y'all making me proud. I swear to, y'all making me very thankful. Y'all making me so happy. Oh, man. Woo. Man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see why we have to get back to our roots? Oh, and by the way, the movie that was supposed to be portraying your ancestors just so happened to be called Roots, huh? They was trying to tell you about your roots. Well, here it is right here. When here it is right here. There's a few things I'm going to have to do politically, y'all. Not only just on YouTube and I'm sharing this information, there's a lot of changes that have to be made for our people, okay? Now, I'm not going to talk about it as far as what the plan is, but just know when I make a move with me. Move with me. Because it's not just for you and I, it's for all of us. You see, I'm getting more heat because I am in the forefront and I'm doing something right. Avatar. That's a good one, Larry. Yep. We only need 13%. I told y'all why I love use. That's their favorite number. You know how the Jesuits work in numbers and gematria. I know a lot of people wanted me to talk about that. That's their thing. That's how they speak in code. That's their code, gematria. I showed you who the enemy is. Because they reveal themselves. They contradict themselves. Everything they put out. Compulsory education. Anything that was industrialized. Even inside of the churches, y'all got to be careful. Even with those churches. You got to be careful with certain ones. It's a lot of good ones, though. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot. Some of them have no idea. But a lot of them do. I'm gonna be welcoming preachers on my channel here in a second to tell you what happened when they were brushed into my information and they did their own digging. Watch. And I'm gonna let the preachers connect the dots for you. I saw a lot of y'all saying Deuteronomy. I told you I wasn't going to talk about religion. I said, nah, because y'all get too sensitive. I'm going to let some preachers tell you. We're going to go strictly off of education, okay? And ain't going to be no bashing this and bashing that. No. We're going to teach. We're going to teach strictly. Oh, yeah, this is a new year now. Oh, yeah, a lot of new stuff gonna happen. A lot of things we ain't even going to watch. Just watch. We working on our people in more ways than just one. It ain't just about going down and marching and screaming and yelling at the government. Nah. No, sir. It's got to be more than that. We gonna pick up where Martin Luther King left off. Don't get me wrong. They owe us a check. But that check, I'm talking about, it's too large enough for them to cash. So it's something else that they got to do. Once again, I'm not going to put the real authentic plan out in the forefront. I'm not. You want to talk about it? I mean, don't get me wrong. There is a lot of people contacting me, but do not turn your nose up at that. If I haven't returned your email or your phone call yet, give me a second, because I'm answering everybody in a cordial manner, in order. I have to. Even if you just want to have a conversation, that's fine. But I want to talk to those that's about doing something. That's about keeping the wheels in motion. Okay? Like I said, I'm fine with talking to people just to be talking, but that's not a priority. The priority is to fix us. That's number one. That's number one. And I'm taking my time, putting myself on the line for this. And I have children and a wife. I could quit today. Nope. If we want the changes to happen, we got to make it happen for ourselves. Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of people behind the scenes. A lot. Powerful people, too. The ones that I think is powerful. Not no Jesuits, not no Freemasons, none of that. Nope. I'm not signing up with none of that. That's why you saw me go off on James Brown, because they was trying to recruit me. And that was my 4th time turning them down. They want me to shut up. They don't want me to put out there that it's been foreigners changing up foreigners and our own people also have changed up on us, so we could always be at the lowest level of everybody else. Even foreigners that just came here last week looking down upon our people, and they doing better off. It's a reason for that. I'm here to dismantle that. And it's a lot of folks I see right now on YouTube that's causing confusion. They even got big channels claiming that they're going to do something for our people, talking, ain't doing nothing. They literally are not doing anything. They're set there to be a distraction, to keep you from doing something, to keep you away from doing something that's right for our communities. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Oh yeah, a lot of this stuff is biblical. I could admit that. But once again, stop placing it on somewhere else when it's right here. The people that wrote that, nah, not yet. Nope, not yet. Not yet. There's a lot more than just him. It's a lot more than just him. It's a lot of people on YouTube doing it. I see that they got bought. I see it. I see that they got bought. They got paid off. And that's to distract our people. I forewarned you. And I guaranteed you, I said, you ain't got to worry about me changing. I'm still the same me. Still to this day, and I'm still here to this day. And speaking of to this day, no. But shout out to my boxers also. 16, what up? Man. I'm telling you, it's some powerful stuff. It's some powerful stuff happening behind the scenes. Y'all know I don't like holding stuff in, but I have to. It's for my protection and everybody else's. I have to. I got to do what I got to do. The haters watching also. Oh yeah, no, let that comment go. Let ICU's comment go. That's right. We got to be ready. We got to be ready. We getting ready now. We getting ready right now. Hold on, Austin. Chill. Hold up. I love it. You understand me? We making some real changes. Think I'm playing. And think we ain't warriors here. I gotta talk to him. I have to talk to Reza. Let me talk to him. Matter of fact, if y'all know him personally, tell him reach out. Let's have a convo. Me and him need to talk personally. I saw something that he did that I loved, though. I can tell you that. I like 19 Keys. That's my brother. The Nation of Islam always show love to me. And Brother Ben. 19 Keys, Brother Ben, those my folks right there. Reza, I gotta talk to though. We gotta have a conversation. I just gotta be sure. But it's time for some changes, y'all. And it's happening. I can sit here and tell you it's happening. I was looking for it to happen. I was looking for people who ain't scared to step up. Lawyers, still to this day now, lawyers, attorneys. It doesn't matter if you're involved in the government, whatever. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Because it's even people in the Army, Navy, Marines. Everybody can have a change as soon as they see what's wrong and they want to fix that wrong. I'm not going to hold, nothing against you. I mean, unless it's super bad. Like if it's ridiculous, then I'm not dealing with you. If it's something that I wouldn't trust, nah. But if you like, oh, you tired of this stuff too? Come on. I said need to change his mind about me. He will. He had the wrong idea about me at first. I'm pretty sure he changed his mind. He'll work on it. Lauryn Hill? I don't know. It's not about grabbing famous people. It's about grabbing people that's ready. That will put it on the line, even if they are famous. That's what it's about. Them being famous is even better because now we could get the word out quicker. But a lot of them, right, there we go. A lot of them are bought and paid for. So once again, I'm not welcoming infiltrators. You will get screened real quick. And a good screening at that. Cube already on board. I like Professor Griff. Me and him need to have a conversation. Vicky Diller, I like her too. We need to have a convo. That's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to be a few people. Kevin Gates also, yeah. I don't know about Nick Cannon. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'll talk with him, but I don't know about that. Papa Duck, I like Papa Duck. Shout out to Duck. He doing his thing. In truth, by the way. Yeah, they coming after Kyrie. I'm still supporting my brother. And see how much he took? I'm still supporting my brother. That's my brother. Trust me. He got an army with him too. A lot of us do. Don't get it twisted. We ready? Nah, I don't want no Black Lives Matter. Nah. You keep all that. I don't want none of that. Lil Jamal, my brother. A1. He already. Rod Hayes, now me and him gonna have to reach out, I think they were trying to stop our convo. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna keep it real. I think they were trying to stop our convo. It's gonna happen though. It's gonna happen. We just gotta do it strategically. That brother must be powerful, and I don't even know it. I ain't even get a chance to talk to him yet. Yeah, Black Lives Matter out the window. That's gone. I love Cat Williams. Cat Williams is absolute fire. But once again, if y'all know these people, reach out to them. Reach out to them. Let them know I love Moo Moo Fresh. That's my sister. Look, reach out to them. Let them know what's going on. If they really about it, let's do it behind the scenes. We don't got to put out in the forefront as far as our plan is concerned. But if they want to come up here and speak about their history and speak about their family members and who we are, boom, you welcome. Like I said, this year, you go watch. Watch. This is it right here. This is the year. You go see a whole lot of them. I've been working. Some of y'all naming some people that's with the enemy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You thinking they all good and they not. Y'all naming some people that's with the enemy. Right now, already sold you out and you can't even tell. You gotta look deeper. Gotta look deeper. Nah, I don't want no Jane Elliott. Nope. We don't need none of that. Give me some real white folks that's know what. Look, they done killed a few of them already. So I ain't gonna name the few ones that I think is real. I don't want nothing to happen to them. I want them over here. There's some few white folks that know what's up. It's a lot. It's a lot. Y'all done seen how they came after that senator. You know, couple of them. Fox News commentator. Y'all can say their names in the chat. Then came after him. A big time actor. Oh, okay, there you go. You just said his name. It's a few of them that's stating the truth. I'm telling you. Absolutely not Bill Gates. Somebody playing games. Definitely did not. We don't want no. I don't trust none of them billionaires. T Queen, welcome. Welcome, sister. Stop it. Listen to y'all, Bill Clinton. No. I don't trust presidents at all. But if it had to be one president, you know who I'm going to pick. But I don't trust them. Joe Rogan, we'll see. Yeah, man, like, I would want a president that don't bite their tongue. Yeah, JFK dead. But I'm talking about alive. Somebody that's not gonna play no games, that's not afraid. And you know what he said? I'm gonna tell you right now. He said, "They after you. I'm just in the way." I heard that. I was like, "Woo, okay." That made me change my mind about him. I said, all right, still don't trust him. Still, I would have to have a conversation with him, but he was making some moves. I got to give it to him. He was making some moves. But let's get back to it. Y'all, Dennis Rodman. Oh my! Stop! Bye, y'all. I'm about. Let's get back to this, y'all. Let's get back to this. Oh my goodness! Oh man! Don't tell me this guy loaded again. $95. The description reads, quote, "Unusual early figural metal countertop cigarette holder with nicely detailed painted image of wild-looking American Indian," end quote. And just in case you were wondering about early images of the indigenous Niji of the West Indies, here's a pair of vintage tobacco jars that was created in Italy during the 1930s and sold for about $3,000 during an antique auction. The description reads, quote, "A pair of Dutch colonial-style glazed terracotta or pottery tobacco jars decorated with pipe-smoking figures and colorful leaf motifs in the West Indian manner," end quote. Here's another example that I shared. So the so-called West Indians, there y'all go. That's what we was doing. All of them, the entire, listen, y'all. That's what our ancestors were doing. That was what we, that's what we were famous for when we were relaxing. And then, in turn, we even, put some of that representation in our ceremonies, celebrations or, or going away parties. I'm trying to say it nicely here, but yeah, it has to do with the pipe. The pipe. That was all us. With my most loyal supporters a few. You don't see Native Americans doing that, do you? I'm gonna leave it like that. Years ago, where this robbed cigar store Indian statue was sold on eBay for a staggering $1.5 million to someone in the UK.
Thanks for bringing the Indian. Tell me what you know about this.
I brought it in for a friend of mine, and it came down through a different family. It first, the story goes that it was first in a grocery store in Springfield, Kentucky, called McCoy and Shades Grocery.
Okay.
And I guess maybe advertising tobacco.
Okay.
And then years later, it was in the Majestic Theater in Springfield. And,
Springfield, Kentucky.
Springfield, Kentucky. And then the Robertson family was, through marriage, required it through the family. Their grandfather or something, grandmother was married into that McCoy family or something, and
yes,
it came down through the Robertson family.
Okay.
And it was in the circuit clerk's office.
Okay.
Y'all heard the last names? Listen, hold on. Listen to the last names. Listen to how it came down. Listen.
Springfield. And,
Springfield, Kentucky.
Springfield, Kentucky. And then the Robertson family was, through marriage, required it through the family. Their grandfather or something, grandmother was married into that McCoy family or something, and
yes.
it came down through the Robertson family.
Okay.
And it was in the circuit clerk's office for about 35 years. Bubba Robinson was a county clerk.
Okay.
And
sat in his office then.
In his office.
Yeah.
And then
Bubba Robinson, county clerk.
And after he retired, it went to his residence.
Okay.
And now his son has it.
Okay.
So that's all I know about it.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, it's interesting, and I'm glad you brought it in. This is one of those objects where I might spend a little more time talking about what the object is and what we think it is versus kind of the history of cigar store carved Indians.
Right, right.
Interesting, right? It would be, if it were a period thing, be scarce in this small size. Most were almost life size when they were carved and used, as you kind of indicated, by vendors, by trade to draw customers, clients inside the doors, left outside for those initial years.
To draw more customers in, because the customers were who? I mean, the only people that's going to be relating to tobacco is those that's all they know. I mean, did the foreigners come over here and bring tobacco? Absolutely not. But they just wanted to be like us, that they spreaded that out in so many different areas, but still paid respect to the originators. And even had them out front. Yeah, we know Bubba. Put some depictions out front to let them know, nah, those are the folks that got us started, yeah. And we go, hey, you come on over here, we getting it fresh from America, y'all. Think about it.
We looked at this. There were a number of other appraisers and I that kind of looked at this and spent some time. To be honest, we're a little split on what it really is. I think at the end of the day, it's not as early as some of the earliest of these carved images. And they weren't all Indians, right? They weren't all Indians, but it's not one of the earliest. But let's talk for a second about what we do see here. Painted surface, carved wood, right? Initially, we weren't kind of sure if it was wood or not.
So it is wood?
We believe that it is wood. Yep, not all of it. The feathers up here are a tin, right? They're a painted tin. The body is a carved wood. The base right here is this wrapped piece of, it's a thin strip of lead that's wrapped around, and then it's a plaster that's poured underneath, okay, on a wood base, all right? Top to bottom, there's a painted surface over all of it. I love the painted surface here on the base. It has a kind of a finish and a grizzled nature about the varnish today that you can't really fake, right? I'm going to use that word for a second. The rest of the paint here is 3 or 4 layers deep. How do we know it's wood if it's covered by paint? You have a couple age cracks here where we can get a loop, a magnifying glass, into the crack, and we can kind of see into the wood grain. And we can see multiple layers of paint, so it has kind of a paint history. That's not unusual for these things, particularly if they were outside, because the weather would have worn down the paint. This was probably not outside. The small size would have sat on a countertop on the inside. I don't, again, think by characteristic or by some of the other things that we see about the paint that it is one of the earlier executions which would have made it the late 19th century. Right? Somewhere between 1870 and 1890. I think what you probably have here is something that might have been made in this area, but might be from the 30s to the 50s. Now, I know you told me a story about it being known since the 30s, but I think it's probably made right around the turn of the 20th century. Okay. All right. And it may have been outside for a little bit. Sure. The layers of the paint history are kind of hard to tell again because they're all built up. What does your friend think about the value? Do they know? Well,
he had it appraised years ago.
Okay.
And they
probably should have started and told me that part up front.
They wouldn't put a value on it.
Didn't put a value on it. No. That's interesting. Did they say why they wouldn't put a value on it back then?
They said they didn't have anything to compare it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if I'm trying to date the age of this, right, I like the fact that there are the tin feathers. That, to me, I think puts it in a certain time period. Again, probably somewhere between 1930 and 1950. If I'm giving it a value, because I think that there are some questions about the origin and the age, I'm going to probably give it admittedly maybe a conservative value of something in the $1,500 to $2,500 range.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
For what I think it is, because there are some questions about
Sure.
it. But
Right.
it's an amazing execution.
Yeah.
Right. Certainly in that style of these earlier Indians.
Right.
She belonged to my maternal grandparents, and they purchased her in about 1960. And I think that she was originally part of the Abby Aldrich Rockefeller collection, and they sold her at a sale at B. Altman department store in New York. And my grandparents, who lived up around the St. Lawrence River, I don't know how they heard about this particular sale, but they went to New York and brought her back.
Thousands of these images and artifacts depicting the original American Indians are still in existence right now in more ways than just one, exposing the discrepancies in the imagery of the Niji later utilized by the likes of Hollywood and other correlating entities. Now, in conclusion, regardless of how bad some of you may feel as if your ancestors came off sailboats from West Africa during the slave trade era, people are now actually researching their families' records and discovering just how much they were lied to when it comes to who they truly are. So when they lie and say that tracing your family's genealogical records stops somewhere around the 1800s, just ask yourself, then where are the records of slave trading between 1619 and the 1800s? If they can feed you that info, then they also have your family's records prior to the 1800s. If history was written by the victors, then they wouldn't have a reason to lie about history, right? But once you begin to question everything, you will soon realize why it is called his story and not our story, revealing that someone or somebody's had a manipulative agenda behind what you were told. Yep. Yeah. And they selling them. Kind of reminds you of what, the stories that they told us about slavery, right? Selling us on our ancestors on auction blocks. Sound familiar, don't it? And we're just going to allow this to happen? I want to, and by the way, this is an emblem of America. I'm going to go into this in a later video, because I know I did it before, but you'll be able to see this in the museum right now. And just type in an emblem of America. This is real, guys. Hold on. Just type that in, just in case. You ain't gonna see Native Americans up there. You're gonna see American Indians. I love this picture right here. I wanted to stop right here. But yeah, it's a lot of images that have been changed. Once again, you're gonna see me go into why it was changed, when it was changed, in February, in detail. And I definitely want you to you gotta understand where I'm coming from. But I want you to take note of all the things that I'm going to mention. And once again, everything that I'm putting out on my YouTube channel is also going to come out in book format. And now that I know you guys want audiobooks, that's coming also. So instead of encouraging these graphic artists to, draw us in the light of what they see right now, encourage them to draw us to what we were, so we can get back to that. That's why. So we can get back to this. Now, I'm not saying that we got to walk around with our shirts off, but we have to be wearing and representing us. Wear something in representation of us 24/7. We would, because it ain't dashikis. That's out. It's not that. That's not us. That won't ever be us. And that's not knocking, you know, the real authentic Africans. It's knocking those that were born here that think that they're from Africa based off of a theory that has never been proven to be true, still to this day. And don't get it twisted. I see you little stragglers that's scared out there that's calling yourself Native Americans. I see you scared. Because you see I'm knocking on your door. Because a lot of you took our spot. And we taking it back. Here. Matter of fact, piss them off, y'all. Put feathers in the chat. For right now, let me just see feathers in the chat right now. If you don't even have that on your phone or wherever you're on, just type in feather and it should pop up. Let me just see a whole rack of feathers right now. Let me see it. Let me see feathers. Let me see. Look, they blocking them. Oh no. Come on, YouTube, you gotta stop blocking the feathers. That's messed up that I have to go in and literally or manually. I'm gonna bring this up in my next YouTube meeting. And see, that's crazy that the only, what are these things called? The only emote, no, not emote. Whatever this thing is called, the only one that's being blocked are feathers. That's weird to me. I have to go in and manually click show, and so does my moderators. I see this, right? See how you gotta click show in order for it to be shown? And there's a whole rack of people doing it. I can't. That's not fair. I'm gonna have to bring this up in the next YouTube meeting. Have to. Babe, if you watching, please remind me, because that's not fair. Look at how many people thought it. The whole chat, I can't keep up. It's a whole lot of them doing it, and it's being blocked immediately, and that's not fair. Hold on, y'all. Hold up a second, y'all, because I can't even accept it. There's so many at one time. Wait a minute. Wait, they still go. I can't do it. They not stopping. I can't. Okay, calm down a tad bit. Okay, here we go. Whew, wow. No, they still. Hold up. Well, people go off. They go off of it. I wish y'all could see my side. I wish y'all could see it. They try to block these feathers, and that's not fair. And look at the hidden message. They don't want that out. But luckily my moderators can see this too, because y'all see I'm not that gotta stop. I'm gonna have to bring this up. Why is feathers being blocked? Out of everything, you gonna block feathers. If you're a member of the channel, there's another feather. There's a feather as one of my you get oh man, what do they call? Oh my goodness. Let me look this up right now. Emojis. There's feather emojis on yeah. Okay, Kenya just put hers up. But the regular feathers are being blocked for some reason, like from your phone. I don't know why. But we know why. We know why. Yeah, we coming. The whole message is we coming and we taking our spot back. You're gonna stop with these lies. You're gonna stop playing with us. And y'all were the foreigners. That term Native American ain't start till the 1970s. It didn't go from American Indian to Native American. Nope. I got record of that too. I ain't gonna go too far. My lawyer asked me not to go too far. for for a different reason. We're gonna talk about it soon, though. Man, look at all them feathers, and that's not fair that they are being blocked. This is absolutely not fair. Hopefully we can get that fixed. I'm gonna ask my YouTube partner if they can send up, you know, a message to their department or something. Something has to get fixed where feathers are not blocked on my channel. It's being automatically held, forcing my moderators and myself to go in and manually click a button that says show in order for it to be shown. And that's not fair. I'm talking about the chat being blown up right now with feathers, right now as we speak. Okay, that didn't get, okay, so put arrows up. Instead of feathers, switch it to arrows. Switch it to arrows. Let's see. Let's do this one more time. Spam arrows in the chat. Let's see if they're gonna do just all arrows. If I'm not mistaken, you can type in arrows on your phone and an arrow should pop up. Let's spam arrows in the chat. Let's see what happened. Okay, see the arrows are working. See, look at those. Oh my God, that's upsetting. Look at them arrows. And you think we ain't here? We here, baby. We coming after your head. Look at the arrows. Since you wanted to block the feathers, that's okay. The feathers still gonna stay up. We here. You ain't stopping nothing. And we waking up. Beware. Look, they still blocking arrows. They still blocking some of them. Y'all mad, huh? It's all good. I'm so thankful. I thank my ancestors. I thank the Creator. I'm very thankful that this is happening. The changes are happening. Thank you. This was powerful. And once again, I'm going to go into full detail about this at a later date in February. And ain't going to be no ifs, ands, or buts here. None. Yep. Yeah, some of them still being blocked. Even, I see that, y'all. They adding the feathers, and that's what's blocking some of them. That gotta get fixed. That have to get fixed. Can't do that. I appreciate those that just subscribed, those that became a member, those that have donated, those that have supported me from day one to now, those that are on my Patreon. Shout out my patrons for supporting me. I love y'all. I love all of y'all, okay? All of that helps. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. This is not a joke. This is real life. You can keep your religious belief. I'm not worried about that. It's not about that. You could be Hebrew, you could be Christian, you could be Moor, you could be Pan-African. As long as you know who you are and know that we're indigenous to this land, that's what I'm here for. We're indigenous to this land. We did not come from no other landmass. Not one time. We were already here, and these foreigners know that. And let it be known. Rub it in their face. The change is coming. The change is happening. And it's happening now. No matter who don't like it. I love you, Granddad. I love all of y'all. Shout out to my wife. I love you, Tanisha. Shout out to my babies. I love all of y'all. We just getting started, baby. Watch this. Watch. Watch. Too much fire. I like that. Animated lesson for preschoolers. I like that. Mr. President, I like that. I took note of that. If you're an animator, reach out to me. This is the perfect time. If graphic artists, animators, I'm telling you, come on, y'all. Come on. This is the perfect time. We got work to do. If you want to be featured in my book with your portraits, or even if you got, look, come on, show me what you got. Let me see. Let me see. If you got a business you want me to promote on my channel, let me see. It better be legit. Let's go. The turtles. Woo, y'all putting up the turtles? I'm actually glad I need to get that made. I need to get a emoji of turtles. Thank you. Y'all just, VV, thank you for supporting on Patreon. Gotta get that. So turtles, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. Is this Turtle Island here, baby? The Nijis know what's up. Niji Kwin. Shout out to the original Algonquins. Huh? Shout out to the all East Woodland Indians. Shout out to the real Mississippians. It's for our ancestors, baby. Look, they still blocking it. That's all right. We gonna fix that. I'ma see y'all very shortly, and I mean that. I appreciate every single one of y'all that came out. I thank you. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, I got you. You're gonna look, my channel is full of information, and I'm gonna continuously put out information. That's my promise. You're gonna learn. I promise you that. Thank you for coming out. I'm Dane Calloway, and I'm just here to make you think. Why though?